Hi everyone, happy 4th of July. I'm Chris LaFont, and this is Movie Time with Chris. The channel devoted specifically to movies, movie trailer reactions, movie reviews, movie birthdays, and a few other special videos along the way. Now, if that's something that you like, if you're into movie trailer reactions or movie reviews, like right before you're going to go check out a movie, you want to know, hey, is it really good? Should I? What do people think? Or hey, if you just like movies, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because you're not just going to get trailer reactions, movie reviews. Like I said, you're going to get movie birthdays where you can kind of give me some feedback, what you thought about certain movies that came out in the past. Plus, there are other videos I do, like my top 10 favorite films, movies I think should have a sequel. So definitely subscribe, check it out. Today, we are going to be doing a movie reaction for the first Purge. Now, those of you that watch my videos know that I just saw The Purge maybe 2-3 weeks ago, relatively recently. And I didn't think it was as great as everyone hyped it up to be. I still don't see the appeal after having seen this one. I understand the concept. Crime is very high, unemployment is very high, people are struggling. And, like most people, they don't want more taxes. They don't want their taxes raised, but they're struggling hardcore. So I get why they felt they needed it, which I haven't seen the second or third one, but seems to be the message from this one and the first one. But let's put that first one aside. Let's go ahead and talk about this movie, The First Purge. Now, I'm going to let you know that this video will have some spoilers. So if you don't want to know what happens, if you're planning on checking the movie out, or I guess if you just don't want to know, go ahead and back out of the video now. But hey, if you don't care about spoilers and you're going to form your own opinion no matter what anyone says, keep on watching. Alright, you've had your chance to back out if you wanted. So, this movie is the basis of the very first Purge. And it's not even nationwide, it's just a test that the government decides to run on Staten Island in New York. They show in the very beginning the whole backstory with crime being high, unemployment being astronomical, the Dow is down thousands of points. Democrats and Republicans aren't even in power anymore. There's a new party, the New Founding Fathers of America, or the NFFA, and that kind of catches you up as to what's going on. And then they explain that they're doing this experiment where, people are questioned, so to speak. They're given a psychiatric evaluation on if they're angry, if they ever feel like, harming others, to release that anger. And those are people that are basically volunteering to be part of the Purge. And you would think, who wants to volunteer to be part of something where I could die? Excuse me. Well, the government is paying people to participate. So if you stay in Staten Island for the night of the Purge, they pay you $5,000. If you choose to participate in the Purge, however you choose to, there is extra compensation for that. So with unemployment being astronomical, the Dow being down, people struggling, people are jumping at the chance to get this money. Even if it's just to stay on Staten Island, they could stay home and get $5,000. So, of course, people are jumping at this. So, the movie goes on. People are doing their thing, their purge parties, and, just gathering in their strongholds, I guess you could say, trying to wait the night out. And the government doesn't like that. They want this experiment to succeed. They want to show the nation, hey, this is a good thing, and we're going to do this nationwide from now on. So they need it to succeed. Overpopulation, unemployment, crime, everything. They need population control, and this is how they choose to do it. But they're not happy with the fact that people aren't out there killing each other. People signed up, but it's $5,000 to sit at home for the night. I don't know anyone that would turn down $5,000 to sit at home. So the thing that makes it tough for them to partake is they show it in a very low income area. They're poor. Predominantly African American, so poor black people. There's some Hispanics, there's one Asian that they show, but these communities in reality aren't what you think. They're not terrible. These people, they're all struggling, so that brings them all together. They have this common bond, and that's what's happening in this movie. The people, they know that they're one community. They don't want to kill each other. They want to succeed just like everyone else. And the government doesn't like that. So they bring in mercenaries, dressed as civilians, bring them to the city, and have them basically just start killing people. The government's way of taking control to have their best political interest in mind and watch their vision succeed. Again, I haven't seen the second and third one. I think it would be interesting to have the government fail. Let's play it like reality. It's a Purge movie. You guys know what's going to happen. There's going to be a bunch of killing. There's going to be a stronghold of people that are going to band together and make it through. That's the movie. Let's really talk about it now. Let's talk about this way of, what they're doing in the movie. Not so different than what the government has done before, with the government seeing African Americans as less and low income and basically just looking at low income overall, like they could be disposed of, you know, and the way they helped bring drugs into the country. And, you know, these drugs are flooding these streets the same way as guns are, and, you know, liquor. It's like what Lawrence Fishburne, ooh, almost drew a blank, what he was saying in Boys in the Hood, you know, when he's there and he's talking about why is there a liquor store on every corner? Why is there a gun store on every corner? You know, they want them to kind of take each other out. And it doesn't work, you know? Don't treat people like they're stupid. They're not. And, you know, I feel like, hey, who's to say something like the Purge won't end up happening at some point? You know? With the way things are going. I mean, we have a reality TV person as president. You know, Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, said it perfectly. He's like, you know, the problem with this country is people don't vote for things like president. They vote for things like American Idol. And that's the problem. There's so many people that are hooked on these reality shows, and they just don't they think that that's real. They think that that's reality, and it's not. And they don't care about what's really going on. It's like what I said with Wally. We're all just living in this society where we're hooked into our electronic devices, our cell phones, our tablets, our TVs, our gaming systems. And it's terrible, you know, that we care so little about these things. And again, we have a reality star as president right now. And I mean, maybe they're releasing these movies as their way of kind of testing the popularity of this concept, you know? Maybe that's their way of saying, hey, would this be a success if we did it? I mean, think about it. Think about when you're driving down the street. There's an accident on the side of the road. That accident causes traffic. Not because there's an accident, but because all of those people have to rubberneck. They have to turn and look to see what's happening because they want to see bloodshed, violence, anything, you know? And they want to see that gore. That's why those horror movies were doing so well for a while, because people were drawn to the gore. They want to see bloody violence. And, you know, unfortunately, it's the world that we live in, and it needs to change, but I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, maybe the government is planning this. They're releasing these movies, getting a gauge on how well these movies are doing in the theater. I mean, these people are going to watch them, and movies are expensive. You know, people are spending $10, $12 on a ticket. Then they're going in and spending $25, $30 on concessions. That's a lot of money for some people. So they're looking at it like, man, these movies are doing successful. People love to see this kind of gore and violence, and, you know, there is an overpopulation problem going on. Maybe we should try this. I think it's wrong. The movie just really upset me. The fact that they're doing this and they're showing it in, you know, these locations, expecting people to turn on each other. And those low income, hardworking people are some of the most close knit people there are. You know, they won't turn on someone as quickly as probably a rich person. How many of those wealthy people are ratting out, others in the business for, I don't know, anything. Playing the stock market or embezzling money, anything, so that they don't get in trouble. They get to stay with their lifestyle, but you don't get that with that low income. And it bothered me to see that that's the way that the government was treating these people in this movie. And it bothers me with the fact that that's the way the government treats things now. George Carlin said it best in his Live in New York special, where he talks about the rich people pay none of the taxes, do none of the work. The middle class pay all of the taxes, do all of the work. And the poor are there to scare the middle class, to keep them going to work. And it just kills me. This country that could be doing so much better, but they just don't. They want people to fight amongst themselves so that the rich politicians can kind of carve this country the way that they want it. And they're not the majority. They're the minority in this. But again, people don't see that. And it's terrible that, the wealthiest country, we have all this wealth, but they don't want to pay people money. You got these big corporations that are saying, no, the little guy can't pay $15 an hour. In reality, they don't want to. Otherwise, you think a place like Walmart wants to pay its employees $15 an hour? You think a place like Disney wants to pay its people $15 an hour? No. That's why they bring in all those college kids to come and work for cheap labor. They throw them 8 in a room, and that's their housing, and they have to pay, whatever it is every week out of their paycheck for that. These companies don't want to do that because the head of these companies is those rich people that want to carve the country up the way that they want it and to keep everyone else fighting amongst themselves. It's like what happened in Sicario. The government wanted the cartels to fight amongst themselves so that the government can kind of swoop in and sort things out. It's the same thing happening here. I don't know. That's what I got from this movie. This movie really, it upset me. It hit me. Again, I don't see the significance of these movies. I checked it out just because, hey, I owe it to you guys to do these reviews for movies when they come out. And this one just came out, so here's the review. I'd wait for it to be on like regular TV. Don't waste your money. But hey, let me know what you think in the comment section below. You guys can find me on Instagram, like always, Movie Time with Chris. Again, I like to call it the trailer to my channel. You're going to see the images of videos that I've done before, stuff I'm going to be working on, stuff I'm going to be uploading. So check out the trailer. If you like the trailer to my channel, come back to the channel and make sure you subscribe. You're going to get this great content of anything movies. And hey, if there's something that you want but you're not getting, shoot me an email. movietimewithchris@gmail.com. Keep the conversation two-way, like I like to say. Don't keep it one way. Don't have me just talking to you. Talk back to me. Let me know what you want. If you guys have any questions, a topic you want to hear about, a video you want to see, shoot me that email. I'm going to check the email multiple times a day. I won't miss your message. And your question, your topic you want to hear about, the video you want to see, will end up in a future video. I promise you that. But, till next time, everyone. Happy 4th of July, and take care.